Alright, here we have our first quiz of the new semester. And this is the answer key. Item number 1. Which ordered pair is a solution to the systems graphed below? Now remember, when we talk about the solution to a system, we're looking for the line where those two graphs intersect. And that point of intersection is 5, -3. It's always the x, comma the y. So the idea behind this question was to get to, do you know what a solution is? And again, that solution is where the two lines cross. 5, -3. Now number 2, what does it mean if 3, 2 is a solution of this system of equations? So again, the question is, do you know what it means to be a solution? And the solution means it makes both equations true. Now the thing to bear in mind is this would be these represent lines, this represents a point. Again, let me bring these both into the camera. The things that make one equation true are one line, things that make the other equation true are the other line, and then the solution is the point that makes both true. Tell whether the ordered pair -4, -3 is a solution to the system. Well, the way I know that is when plugged in, both of these become true statements. So let's check. I'll use this space here for that. So I have -4 goes in for x, so 3 times -4 plus 2 times -3 is equal to -18. Is that a true statement? Is -12 plus -6 equal to -18? Yes. What about 3 times -4 plus -3? Does that equal -14? That's the second equation that I'm plugging into now. -12 plus -3 gives me is that -14? That's -15. Nope, not true. Therefore, it's not a solution. It has to make both equations true to be a solution. And this one does not deliver on that objective. So the answer will be no, because it doesn't make the second equation true. It works in the first, but not the second. This next one says solve by substitution. I'll work here on this paper. So I can show my work neatly. You can organize your work on the back. Solve y equals 2x and y equals 4x plus 12. It says by substitution. So I'm going to take this 2x, plug it in here. So 2x, that's the first equation, equals 4x plus 12. Again, I just replaced the y. So now I've got this y equals this y. 2x equals 4x plus 12. And now I'm going to solve this. I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. Leaves me -2x is equal to 12. Divide by -2, I get x is equal to -6. Now for completeness, I'll go ahead and find out what y is. Y we said was 2x. So I'll plug in what I know x is, which is -6. Get -12. So my answer is -6, -12. And that would be right here. And I'm also going to label my work. That's number 4 we did. All right, next question. It says solve by elimination. Okay. And again, I'm working on that same piece of paper, so I can show all my work, and I'm going to label them. Mostly this is so that when I go back and see what I did, I can follow my own work. Let's see here. Now I've got, it says by elimination, so I'm going to be squishing these down. I'm going to write the equations down again. 5x plus 5y is -5. 5x minus 5y is -35. So when I squish, I get 10x. The y's drop, and I get -40. Divide each side by 10. X is -4. Now, the work to substitute and solve for this is a little bit more intense. I'll take that top equation. So there's the top equation. I've replaced the x with what I just said x was equal to, which was -4. So that gives me -20 plus 5y is -5. Add 20 to both sides. 5y is equal to 15. Divide both sides by 5. Y equals 3. -4, 3 is my answer. And that would be A. You also want to be careful, guys. Take a look over here at answer C. Same numbers, different order. And the idea here is to catch to see if you guys remember how to write an ordered pair. And that's what we're looking for in that one. Now, number 6 says solve by any method. Okay. I'm looking at that and I see that y as being really useful for one of two things, either substitution or elimination. I'm going to go ahead and use substitution as my method of choice for this. So -6x plus 2y equals 2. There's my system copied down again. So I'm going to go ahead now. I'm going to take this top equation and I'm going to solve that for y. So -2x plus y equals 1. I'll add 2x to both sides. So I get y is equal to 2x plus 1. Now I'm going to go ahead and plug that into the other equation. So -6x plus 2 times 2x plus 1 equals 2. So there I've plugged it in. Distribute, -6x plus 4x plus 2 equals 2. Subtract 2 from both sides. And I'll combine my like terms. So -2x equals 0. Uh-oh. So that looks like I'm going to end up with x is 0. And then according to my key, plug in for x. That's this equation here. Plug in for x. And I get y is 1 for an answer of 0, 1. And when I look, if I go back up to my answer choices, there it is right there with G. And this was number 6. All right, now number 7, I've got some room right there on the page to work. This looks like a case of a ticket problem that's been reworded. Joe spent $7.75 to buy 23 bags of snacks. Some are 25, some are 50. How many of each did he buy? Well, let's say that chips represent X, pretzels represent Y. So the system that we talked about before you took the test, X plus Y equals 23. Then the other equation, 0.25x plus 0.5y equals 775. You can solve that by any means you want to. I'm going to go ahead and I'll use substitution again. We'll take this top equation, subtract x from both sides. So y is 23 minus x. That was subtracting x from both sides. So I'll plug that into this equation. So 0.25x plus 0.5, 23 minus x equals 775. Now let's combine like terms. This is going to give me 11.5 minus 0.5x equals 775. Combine up my like terms, negative 0.25x. Subtract 11.5. So negative 0.25x equals negative 3 1/4. I double check that on the calculator. My decimals aren't as good as they could be. 7.75 minus 11 and a half. Oop, this is 7 there. And then I'm going to divide that by 0.25. I get x is equal to 15. Now, it's also important to note that I got a whole number answer, and that kind of makes sense for the situation. I shouldn't get an answer that's a negative. So now I can go back to my key, 23 minus 15, and that's going to give me, let's see here, 8. So my answer is 15 comma 8, 15 chips, 8 pretzels. If I look at my answer choices, there it is, right there. The last two problems now, and it says to show my work. They're not multiple choice. And these are ones where I can get some partial credit if I at least get in the right direction. Now the other nice thing about this is number 8 comes pre-ready to substitute. So 2x minus, now y is x minus 2 equals 5. Now you want to watch your signage. There's a minus there, so there's a minus here, which has to be distributed. And that's where that plus 2 comes in. People are going to lose that plus. Watch it. So this now becomes x plus 2 equals 5, or x is equal to 3. Plug it back in. Y is equal to 3 minus 2, or 1. Remember, substitution means you replace the variable y with what you said y was equal to. Now, this one says solve by elimination. I'm going to take the top equation, multiply it by 2, and the bottom by 3. So top by 2, bottom by 3. So I go down my list. 10x minus 6y is equal to a negative 32. And on the bottom, 12x plus 6y is equal to negative 12. Add those equations together. 22x equals negative 44. Divide both sides by 22. I get x is equal to negative 2. Now, the work of elimination generally is in the substitute. I'll take the bottom equation, plug in 4 times negative 2 plus 2y is equal to negative 4. Negative 8 plus 2y is equal to negative 4. Add 8 to both sides. 2y is equal to 4. Divide both sides by 2. Y is 2. My final answer, negative 2, 2. All right. Hopefully this helps you guys with your review. If you get stuck again, you can always pause, go back, rewatch, and if you're still not sure, feel free to email a question in or bring it to class or someday after school or during class work time. Happy to go over these again with you guys as you need. Take care.